What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 111 of the Chumpcast. The whole crew's here this week to talk about the most anticipated properties of Q4 2018. We also talk about new streaming options for October, and Netflix's newest limited series, Maniac, starring Jonah Hill and Emma Stone. No spoilers this time. For next week, we want to fight about some shit. Send us the best movie from the year you were born. Argue for why it's the best, and we'll take it from there. You can find us on all social media platforms at the Chumpcast. You can also call or text us at 847-920-6107. If you leave us a good enough voicemail, you might hear yourself on a future episode. If you'd like to support the show, you can find our merch at thechumpcast.com. We always appreciate kind reviews, subscriptions, and ratings on Apple Podcasts. You can also shop on Amazon through our affiliate link at thechumpcast.com/Amazon. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a 30 rack of Busch Light drunk dialing my name.
D-Man, D-Block. What up, dog?
DBlock. How do you feel about that name, Darian? Don't like it? Yeah, I feel the same.
That's kind of dumb. Kind of the worst nickname I've ever heard.
No, it was actually amazing because we had a guy named Damish on our basketball team who was actually like 6'8", and we called him D-Block because he used to block the fuck out of everybody.
So you're giving him a nickname after another guy. It's real cool.
Yeah.
It defeats the whole purpose of a nickname. It's
yeah, you're the worst.
Special.
Just a good name. Yo, D-Block. That rolls off the tongue. Say D-Block.
D-Block. Nah.
What up, D-Block?
Skills.
D-Block. No. Nope. Can't do it.
When you say it like a fucking mental patient, then
well, it just doesn't roll off the tongue. You're bad at giving nicknames. Just face it.
That's not true. I'm actually incredible at giving nicknames.
Has anyone ever complimented you the way you compliment yourself?
Never.
Yes.
Speaking for him.
Everybody compliments me the exact same way that I compliment myself, obviously.
I actually kind of envy that because if you can't love yourself, then who's going to?
Exactly. Got to be a psychopath to yourself.
Fully.
And this is the perfect episode to be a psychopath.
Hey, tell
us maniac.
Tell us about that jacket you're wearing, by the way.
This jacket is older than all of us. It is from 1980.
Hold on. Is that pizza sauce from 1982?
That's a bloodstain.
That is absolutely evidence. You stole that from an evidence locker at a police station, didn't you?
Yeah, and there's just cocaine.
Still got dust on
There's
it.
just cocaine in the pockets. But 1980, what up? Indian Trails, we the kings, champions.
I don't know what any of this is.
No, it's Indian Road. Indian Trails is a library near me. Hilarious.
It smells like Canadian club
Indian
whiskey.
Road.
And blood and bad decisions.
That's fucking right. That's the 80s for you.
An old style. Jeez.
Old style. No, it'd be like Falstaff or something they don't make anymore.
I don't even know what that is.
What
you
exactly?
Old ass.
Because they don't make it anymore.
What's that team on the jacket?
The Kings.
Like
the Kings of what?
Probably the Kings of softball. My dad had a million softball teams he played on.
Your dad has never played a game of softball. We've talked about this.
Yeah, he's definitely not in the Hall of Fame or anything. Shout out.
Maybe we should get some Chumpcast jackets like that. Some
These are
retro
just some
80s
bomber jackets.
Yeah.
Yo, those would be fucking sick
those.
if we had if this was gray with like purple, white.
Yeah, or magenta, neon purple. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely got to be like bright, obnoxious. Be great if we could have those before Ace Comic Con because we just got press badges for it.
That means we need to create it
2 out of 3
immediately after the show.
Why didn't you do 3? I'm just curious.
Because you didn't even show up to C2E2.
I didn't have any press badges.
I didn't want to ask and push our luck for somebody that probably wasn't going to show up for the whole thing.
If I had a free pass, I would go. Give me one of your days.
We can try.
Give me one of your days.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. But most importantly is that we will be at Ace Comic Con October 12th, 13th, 14th as press. The access actually sounds pretty good. I know that Josh Brolin is going to be there.
Whoa.
I think Chris Evans is going to be there.
Chris Evans is going to be there.
Yeah, I did. Josh Brolin is amazing. He's a hilarious person to have.
He's great.
I was going to say, whoa, and then I had a bunch of beer in my mouth, so I was like, oh.
Yo, hang on. Darian is in the stream right now, and he says he's going on a date for the first time in 2 years.
Damn, Darian, get it. Get it tonight, boy. Let's go.
Tell her you like murder podcasts.
The trick is to compliment stuff that we absolutely, as guys, do not notice. Like, your eyelashes are really long, or something stupid like that, because that will make her think that you're actually noticing that stupid shit.
Is that how you got Erica? Or is she just too drunk? She's just continually drunk and blacked out.
We did meet in a bar.
What, Marty's?
No, I was...
big surprise.
I was working at Ike's, and she was the Jaeger shot girl.
Oh, and then true love.
It is. It's true love, man.
And Darian, never look her directly in the eyes. Always look at her like right above in the like by the forehead.
No,
like, right
never
here.
make direct eye contact. Only look away. Don't even look at her
No,
face.
only stare directly at her chest.
Okay. One of the three is right, or none of the above. So choose wisely.
Try and guess
Did
which
he
one.
just say she canceled?
No, he says Josh Brolin is canceled for
Oh.
Ace, which sucks.
Okay, well, don't even give
But
me a
they
press
do-
badge. Don't even give
They
me a
do
press
have
badge.
a really good list of guests. I'm not personally really big into wrestling, but some of my buddies are, like Ott and Brown Bear, really big into it. And they said that some of the wrestlers that are going to be there are like top level.
I heard this thing on the radio.
The Hardy Boys?
I don't know.
They've been retired for so long.
The name that they
pumped, though.
said was Alexa Bliss.
Ooh, she's a little smoke.
Sure.
She's a good looking gal. She's like she does like the Harley Quinn hair.
Well, we're definitely 100% going to get an interview with her.
Brilliant.
Probably
now I'm
not.
back in. I'm back in.
Okay.
I heard this thing on the radio. Someone was talking about wedding walk-up songs, like when you walk in, and they said the best thing they've ever heard was
Stone Cold.
someone coming out to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Really?
Oh
with-
my God, that
with
would be
Glass
amazing.
shattering.
like the bride comes down, the glass shatters. Fucking
If you're
hilarious.
a UFC fighter, don't you like lobby to, like, I would ask Stone Cold, be like, yo, let me use your song.
Absolutely.
Come out, just slam a couple beers together. That'd be amazing.
You would get the whole crowd immediately on your side.
Triple H had a good one too, right? And he would just like spit the water up in the air.
Yeah, I don't remember it though.
Neither do I.
I remember Heartbreak Kid. Obviously, like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, I remember all those,
Yeah.
but Heartbreak Kid was good.
The Rock, obviously.
He had a bunch of different ones.
The Rock?
Yeah.
Well, early on in his career.
When he was Rocky Maivia. Who else had a good? Oh, obviously John Cena. You hear that song, you're like, John Cena's here.
Still one of the best prank phone calls of all time. The John Cena one.
If you haven't heard that, it's on a radio show, isn't it?
It's fucking brilliant.
It's one of the funniest. I love listening to people get angry, and this woman gets absolutely livid.
And she keeps getting suckered into answering the phone call too.
Calls with like I don't know what to tell you to Google. I guess John Cena prank phone call.
That's it. John Cena prank phone call. Look for the 8-minute one, and it is fucking insane good. You will actually laugh hysterically. It's like 8 years old.
And it's
so
legitimately John Cena.
No, but
No, it's
you haven't.
a fake John Cena.
okay, we're gonna play this for you after the show.
Okay.
I need to make a note of this because if you haven't seen this, holy shit, it is one of the funniest things on the internet.
It's so good.
I'm literally getting out a post-it note. I'm gonna write this down.
John Cena prank phone call.
Put it on your forehead too.
I'm gonna put it on your forehead, so when I look at you, I remember.
Yeah. About how stupid he is for not seeing this.
Yeah,
The internet's,
seriously.
the internet's so old. How do you not know this is a thing? You know?
All right, guys. We took some listener submissions this week, and we're gonna get into those now.
Hallelujah.
We asked you last week, what are you most excited for coming out in Q4 of 2018? So movies, books, TV,
Books?
video games.
Did someone name a book on there?
Bees?
Bees.
I don't believe that we got a book
I
name.
don't think we got a book. Game of Thrones. The new one is not coming out anytime soon.
Yeah, that's never
not
coming out.
Not Q4. It was a prank on me. Speaking of pranks, it was
I
just a
think that's
prankster.
coming out actually Q2 of Never.
Exactly. Q2. It's coming up of
Fucking
never.
George R.R. Martin.
What if he just hasn't finished and he just like
He hasn't.
no, he just hasn't finished and he's a psychopath and like doesn't want to tell anybody. He's already rolling in the dough.
That's true.
He's just being a cuck.
All right. I know we're
To the
derailing
world.
here, but he does not stand to benefit by writing that book because no matter what it is and how it ends, no one is going to be happy with it. Whoever ends up sitting on the Iron Throne, everybody's going to be pissed off
Where do you think he actually sits down and writes his books?
on an actual Iron Throne.
No, I feel like he goes to McDonald's at like 6 a.m. and just grabs coffee. And
No, I feel like he has
just eating a fucking sausage McBiscuit.
No, he has a freaking house in Maine that's like a hoarder house that is like
A
creepy.
whorehouse?
Do you actually know this, or
Really?
No, I just got a feeling.
because that sounds like Stephen King?
It is. That's probably where I got it from. That
Oh.
Castle Rock. Just everything in Maine's all for psychos. But I feel like he's in an abandoned, like wooded area. Either that or Montana, one of the two.
You're just thinking of the plot of that one movie with
Don't tell me what I'm freaking thinking,
Johnny
Mark.
Depp, where he's in the,
The
woods
window?
and writes a where he writes
That
a-
movie
and he wears
sucked.
that stupid ass hat. I'm just like, dude, take off the hat. You're in your house writing
Isn't
a
that
book
hat-
by yourself.
Isn't that hat like in style now?
What is Johnny
know.
Depp's hit rate? Because he's probably batting like 160 at best.
Unpopular opinion, I do not like Johnny Depp.
That's not unpopular at all.
Okay. I feel like people respect the movies he's done. I just have never been a fan of literally any of his movies. I didn't like Edward Scissorhands. I didn't like his fucking rendition of...
Edward Scissorhands is pretty good.
Edward Scissorhands was very good, dude. I love that.
It's too weird for me. I don't like... I hate...
Too weird for you?
Movies from the... That was an 80s movie, right?
It was 1990.
Was it?
It was early 90s.
It was 1990 because I actually was looking at...
Really?
We're looking up best movies of that year. That made my top 5 list for movies in 1990.
I don't know. Movies like late 80s, early 90s, like the music and everything that was put into it and the way they were shot, I just don't vibe with them. I don't...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, back to the list, though. I want to get Darian first because I know he's in the stream. He says Creed 2. The first Creed changed my fucking life, B. I can't do a Darian voice. Like, I've heard Darian speak, but I can't imitate him.
Okay.
I can only go, "What's up, Darian?"
Just because we're making fun of Mark for being super over the top one time. Like,
"What's up, Darian?"
Hey, man, this is a talk show. You better be ready to come with some energy and some exaggerative catchphrases. You know what I'm saying, dude?
What's up, Darian? We just keep saying.
So he's talking about the training montage with Meek Mill.
Can I reiterate something real quick?
Go ahead.
Some guy also commented, "Where's Dark Phoenix?" Let me make this clear again. The collage montage that I put in the post is not meant to say...
It is not all-encompassing.
Yes, this is not saying choose one. These are the only ones that are exciting coming out. No,
also,
to get your brain
coming
going.
out in Q4, so fuck that guy.
True. That is true.
That literally got delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, it's coming out next year.
So come up with your own ideas. Don't just look at the post and pick one. Anyways.
Wow.
I digress.
Diatribe over.
We've really got off the rails today.
That's good answer. I'm actually really pumped for Creed 2 as well.
Dude, the trailer really got me going.
Yeah.
I never saw Creed 1.
You'd need to. It's
it.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Fucking excellent, dude.
Yeah. I never really saw the Rockies. Like, I saw them, but I didn't see them.
How are you on a movie podcast?
Respect to Darian, too, because we were talking about this, and I was like, well, make sure you saw Rocky 4 with Drago. I didn't know. Younger guy, maybe he hasn't seen the Rocky movies. They were back in the day, but he did. He has all of them, but you need to see Rocky 4 if you haven't with Drago.
Drago?
Have you not?
Oh, I don't think so.
Dude. Oh, my God.
Is that the one where he loses?
Oh, my God. I could just give you the biggest spoiler right now, but I won't.
Go ahead. I'm not going to see it.
It literally transforms the whole franchise of Rocky and Creed is what happens in Rocky 4.
Kind of, yeah. But I'm pretty pumped for this. And like I said, I'm a sucker for anything that's cut to good music. And that first trailer that dropped with Creed was awesome.
Yes. What was that? What was
that
that
Drake song?
No, that Jamie Foxx movie? Sleepers?
Oh, Sleepless. Oh, God.
That was terrible.
I love just putting a bad taste in your mouth just by bringing that up all the time.
All right. So Maxwell Jacobson, Daredevil for sure.
So that's coming actually 3 weeks from now.
Yeah. Soon.
So season 3, I still have not gotten all the way through Iron Fist. I tried to watch it on the airplane and I was falling asleep. It's still better than season 1.
That's not saying much.
What sucks though is, and in the comments, somebody was asking, do I have to have seen the Defenders? Somebody else jumped in and said, yeah, this picks up right after that, which sucks because Defenders sucked.
Really?
So if you get through two shitty Netflix series in order to get to one average one?
Yeah, honestly, I think you can watch Daredevil standalone.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, no, Daredevil, the first 2 seasons were pretty good, right?
Yeah, they're excellent.
Okay.
And we need more Punisher soon.
Oh, yeah.
Dreams2114 says Daredevil, Fantastic Beasts 2, Sabrina for nostalgia's sake, and Halloween, crossing my fingers. Halloween will be good. I need this to be good. I think we all need this to be good, but that's yet to be seen. I don't know. How do you think Halloween's going to be?
If I shook up the Magic 8 Ball, it'd be outlook not positive.
Mm-hmm.
Not feeling great about it. I mean, it's Blumhouse. Maybe they pull it together. They've got a 50% hit rate. So, you know what I saw the other day? They're making Happy Death Day 2.
Wow. When are we going to see that?
Hopefully fucking never.
Yeah,
that movie sucked.
It was bad.
How did that one even end? I saw it.
I feel like you weren't here this.
I wasn't there, but I saw it.
Yeah,
It was was it was on, and I guess I'll watch this baby fuck.
I hope you didn't watch some baby fucking.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is a very different podcast.
Yeah, it was. No, it's not, because it's Diddler's Art. God damn it. That's not a very different podcast.
Yeah, that baby mask in
Happy Death Day was
so
the dumbest.
Stupid.
So stupid.
It was one of those, though, that the trailers looked okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They needed something to stand out though, because whenever you think of that god awful movie, if they had a mediocre mask and wasn't recognizable, it would have been much worse. But since they had
trying to build a franchise, you got to have like Scream.
Everybody knows the Scream mask. Thought of the Scream mask. Yeah.
And the fact that the baby was also the mascot of the college was ridiculous in itself.
That movie sucked. Why? We need to stay on point here. All right. Digital Chef 35 says Venom next week.
Howdy doody.
Yes.
You won't be there, Mark.
Thank God.
Won't be here. Thank the Lord.
It could be the best episode of the year.
We won't have to listen to Mark fawn over Tom Hardy.
Who's Tom Hardy's fake twin?
I'm going to be in Napa sipping Sutter Home.
We always forget that guy's name.
What's fake Tom Hardy's real name?
Oh.
What's fake?
That poor guy.
What's fake Tom Hardy's real name?
That poor guy.
I'm on the gram right now. Let me look it up.
All right, I'll keep going here. We got a couple more for Daredevil season 3.
It's Ham Tardy.
Brutal.
No, Dom Tardy. No, it's Logan Marshall Green. Looks exactly like him. Freaking weird.
While you're looking this up, we got a question in the stream. Do you fellas watch The Good Place? This is Kyle Anthony. Yes, I did. I flew home late Thursday night, and I was like, we got to watch The Good Place right now. And super kill because it was an hour long, but also
were you in a good place?
Why is that a kill? Yo, I didn't realize
because I was exhausted and I got home late on Thursday.
Honestly, I fell asleep in the second half of that as well because I didn't realize it was on. I was watching Thursday Night Football, Vikings getting killed.
It was a really good.
It was a great
season
Thursday
opener, though.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I love what's his face, the old guy.
Ted Danson?
I love Ted Danson so much.
Yeah, Ted Danson's awesome.
He's awesome in that show.
They do a great job of like changing the landscape of like the show in that. You know what I mean? Where it's
keep it fresh.
Exactly. And you're not always just in heaven, and now they're just like back in earth, and they keep changing different like ways characters are getting introduced and reintroduced. Like Adam Scott, I love his role in this now.
A great reveal.
I'm so pumped. Good call out for the good place. Who was that? Kyle?
Good place.
Hell yeah.
Good place, good call.
That's what I'm freaking talking about.
All right, what else we got here? Big Mouth season 2. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but that was a quick turnaround.
What was it?
Big Mouth season 2, Nick Kroll's cartoon with Jason Mantzoukas. And
is there a lot that goes into the show? I haven't watched it.
I don't know, but I usually, even with an animated show, you know, you take a year off. It definitely hasn't been a year. They really cranked it out.
No pun intended.
No pun heavily intended.
Okay, yeah, that's like the kid
brutally intended, if you will,
is going through puberty and just beats it all the time. It's like a Brent Priola show.
Also reminds me of my favorite GIFs and memes. Like my favorite meme format is like me and then somebody punching something and it's my meat.
What?
Nice, hilarious.
Yeah. Next, who's next?
Caleb Evans 8602 says Crimes of Grindelwald. I listen to a podcast called The Weekly Planet that I love. They cover movie stuff too, and they keep calling this Fantastic Beasts 2 Crimes of Gay Wizard Hitler.
Wow.
Because it's totally apt and like on point, because that's exactly what this is. Johnny Depp this is like World War II era. He's gay and he's like the Hitler of the wizarding world. It's fucking amazing.
Wow. I might have to check out the Wizard. What is it? Fantastic Beasts 2?
Yeah. You guys haven't even seen the first one yet.
Really finished Harry Potter.
Oh my God. Did Erica show you the clip I tagged her in on Instagram? Yes. Yeah. The Barstool thing. So this lecture hall in college, it's pledging season for fraternities. But anyways, I guess they made this pledge dress up as the one, who is it? The teacher or whatever?
That would have been Quirrell.
Yeah. So this guy is dressed up ridiculously in a full on like 100-person lecture hall, runs in and he's like, "There's a troll in the dungeon," just yelling. Just like from Harry Potter. I was fucking dying. What she
Drunk
said.
Erica just poked her head in and approved.
Made her Harry Potter reference.
There's a troll in the dungeon.
It's hilarious.
I miss fucking with pledges like that. That's a
great
funny ass thing to do. Amazing.
What are you talking about? We never hazed anybody.
I never hazed anybody.
I've never been hazed in my life.
No way.
Same, whatever.
Okay.
Next.
Triple Decker 10 says, "Doc, I need 100 GBs of Red Dead Redemption 2 stat."
Let's talk video games.
Immediately. I have stopped playing PUBG because I suck at it now. Waiting for Call of Duty to come out, surprisingly. And then like Red Dead comes out after that. And then we got freaking Fallout and just so many. Have you beat Spider-Man yet?
No.
Still gotta beat Spider-Man?
I'm at the final mission and I'm like, I don't want this to be over. So I'm going through and doing all the other shit in the city.
Yeah.
I unlocked all the suits and
Yeah, and I feel like it's one of those games where you want to have full completion before you don't want it to end. I agree. It's one of those kind of games, but it's a good game you can come back to. I feel like if they bring some DLC to that game, I'd get it.
They are
brilliant.
So
Miles Morales?
The other thing about that is like I wanted to go through and stream it start to finish, but with this move coming and travel and shit, like I just haven't had time. So hopefully it's still relevant soon.
Start to finish, stream it.
Yeah, not like in one sitting, but stream the whole thing and let people replay it
for 6 hours straight, streaming it.
6 hours. That's games like
people have done that.
That's like a speed run.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's like going through story exclusively. But I play that game, and every time I do one of those challenges, like the Taskmaster challenges or like the bases, I always replay it like 6 or 7 times because I like whooping on people. It's so much fun.
It sounds like a knockoff of the Riddler challenges from Arkham.
Shut up.
It doesn't sound like it's not the Riddler challenge.
No, because there's not 4,000 of them.
Whatever.
Yeah. But it's 100% a ripoff of Batman. Yeah. We'll definitely give you that.
Whatever. You didn't have Mark Hamill voicing in the video game, so shuck it.
Okay. All right. How about Digital Chef 35? We talked about Venom. He says WreckIt Ralph 2, which
people forget about that.
No, nobody forgets about that. Erica loves that movie. She dressed up as for Halloween last year. She dressed up as Vanellope. Yeah.
Amazing.
And he also says,
what, she put like suckers in her hair?
It must
have been a pain in the ass.
Yeah, kind of. But she had like electrical tape to do stripes and shit.
That's sweet. Yeah. That's a good costume.
She was like, "You need to be Ralph." I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna be Deadpool."
Sick. Is that the costume I wore?
You tell me what to do.
Amazing.
And he says, sorry, Digital Chef 35 says Soul Calibur 6. I did not know there were 6 of these.
Oh, Soul
Calibur is great.
Never
Legends will never die.
Isn't this the one that's super difficult? Or am I thinking you said... no, that's Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, and that's honestly Street Fighter is pretty difficult. Soul Calibur is one of those we can just like.
Is this like a one-on-one fighting game?
Yeah. Soul Calibur was in its prime when it was on Dreamcast, though. That's a fucking fact.
Dreamcast.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Did you have a Dreamcast? You had a Dreamcast.
I didn't have a Dreamcast.
You had a Dreamcast?
Starkey had a Dreamcast
I never did.
in college, so we played it, and then we'd run through tournaments of the Soul Cal like that. It was amazing.
Dreamcast was one of those systems that was super easy to burn copies of a game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why they went under immediately. That's the whole reason Sega's gone, basically.
What about GameCube, right?
GameCube came out at the same time.
Discs, so they were really hard to copy.
They didn't even come out with any new games, really. I feel like Dreamcast had like a bunch of different like Sonics and stuff. Yeah, GameCube was all like
Sega.
That was when Sega was its own developer.
But I feel like they released special games for Dreamcast. But I also think GameCube didn't really do anything of that sort. It was just like Tony Hawk and all those games.
They had all the Mario games, so you're 100% wrong.
No.
You offended Brick.
Did they create a new game for GameCube, or did they not?
It's just like talking to an idiot.
Did they not?
Like, like, all right.
No, they reused all the old Nintendo games.
That's not even remotely true.
Look it up.
Okay. Look up Mark is wrong. We got anything else in here? I think that's pretty much covered. Perfect. All right, moving on. For next week.
You didn't ask me what my top exciting Q4 release was going to be. Dude. Ask me.
Obviously Aquaman.
Ask me.
What is it?
The new Grinch reboot?
No, it's Aquaman.
No, it's Grinch.
You know it's Aquaman.
Aquaman. Let's go.
When's it come out?
December
22nd or some shit.
Not that he's counting down the days or anything, but all right, for next week, we are going to settle an argument once and for all. What is the best movie year ever? And the way that we're going to base this is we want you to send in the best movie from the year that you were born.
This is great. You guys will have a blast doing this.
We're going to fight it out. So make your case, make it short and sweet, but I want to hear what the best movie from your birth year is, and we'll tell you whether or not the year in which you were born sucks.
Can I call in to do the segment?
No.
Oh, God damn it. Can I
go back to Napa?
Can I give you my
answer? I'm going to sue you from Napa.
All right. I'm the only 91.
Okay, so from 91, what do you got?
No,
like
do not list them.
Like
We're not getting into it. No, I got great ones.
I know. I'm just saying you're going to, I know you're
90. I'm 91. You're 81. So
what about Bob? What about Bob?
86, motherfucker.
What about Bob?
Boys in the Hood.
Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead.
City Slickers was 91.
Right. I was never a big City
Slickers guy. Let me at least text you my choices.
Here's what we're going to do.
You just
No, I'm going to do what you're going to do. Pick your top 5, but then narrow it down to your top 1, and also draft people from different movies, and then combine it into one ultimate movie.
Do.
Fine, I'm going to ruin yours right now. Obviously, the best movie from yours is an American Tale. Feifel Goes West. So fuck you, dude. Mark. You piece of shit. Don't come at me, boy.
No, it's not Five Goes West, but that was a great one.
Here's what we're going to do. We will call you when we're recording. So definitely, while you're in Napa, just be sitting around waiting by your phone.
Okay.
If it doesn't ring immediately, just wait longer.
Okay.
He did, though, when he was like on his honeymoon, right?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, what's up, dude?
I called you guys from Thailand. Fucks, I will call in from Napa.
He literally went to a hot spot in Thailand because there's
Hilarious.
no freaking internet out there.
It's not a third world country.
Might as well be.
All right, let's talk about what's coming new to streaming this month. This is kind of a weak-ass month, if I'm being honest.
Aren't they bringing in all like the Halloween movies?
October is not a weak-ass month.
For new to streaming?
All right. I don't know. Let's
gotta
list
bring
them
the
off.
I'm sure they're going to
be the judge.
They should be some scary movies coming out, right?
Kinda.
Horror movies.
I'd rather see newer stuff, but
this is new. Okay,
so, new to Netflix. The Shining, obviously all-time classic. Stanley Kubrick. It's a good horror movie. This one holds up.
No shit.
The Never-Ending Story.
Oh, just riding the snake beast.
He's not a snake. He's a big dog. Its name is Falcor.
God, that thing.
V for Vendetta, the movie that launched a million fedoras and neckbeards.
Great movie.
It is a good movie.
I love V for Vendetta. First time I saw it, I was like,
excellent.
I was blown by it the first time I saw it. I was like, damn.
But did you know that it was based on a comic book?
No.
There you go.
Where has Natalie Portman been?
She's been doing movies. She was in the one with like the creatures on a different planet earlier this year.
Annihilation?
Yeah.
Annihilation.
There you go.
Good call. You're right.
We got season 2 of Big Mouth. So we talked about this a little bit.
Yeah, that movie, that show didn't really do it for me.
I'm surprised by that because it's your kind of stupid humor.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Nick Kroll.
Nick Kroll.
So it's like
Nick Kroll. Nick Kroll is pretty funny. Nick Kroll is actually Brent Perella. Is that a fact?
Yeah, probably.
I just came back from a bachelor party with Brent. That's why I have
Thank you.
A lot of Brent references. Brent, shout out to Brent. He'll come into the stream every once in a while.
He does, but more importantly, Brad Handsome is here.
Oh, he was there too.
Did you guys see that they, without talking about this at all, they're just like, yeah, season 2 of Making a Murderer is coming.
Oh, I didn't know.
I had no idea. It's like 3 weeks out. Netflix does this where they're just like,
Sly Dog.
Hey, guess what? Here's a season of this thing that you didn't know was coming.
Boom.
It's kind of great. Because I guess they don't really need to advertise for it. Either you have Netflix or you don't.
Yeah.
They're not worried about the box office or ratings or shit like that.
Because how you get Netflix is people say, yo, you got to see this show or you got to see this or that. And then all of a sudden you're like,
or like, here's my
I got to get
login
Netflix.
and password.
Yeah.
Like, I would hope
I don't know
if you
anybody,
have Netflix, you've seen this doc series.
Honestly, I don't know anybody who doesn't have Netflix. Do you know anybody who doesn't have?
No, everybody's got at least somebody else's login info.
I don't know anybody who bought Netflix. I don't know anybody who doesn't have Netflix. Does that make sense?
I have a Netflix subscription.
Okay, I guess you proved me wrong. Nice.
Daredevil season 3, we talked about that. I'm kind of anxious about this one. I'm trepidatious, if you will.
Wow, trepidatious. Damn.
You like that?
4 syllables, boys.
They started going into the whole supernatural thing at the end of the last season with the hand and bringing people back from the dead and shit. I don't want them to go too crazy on that. Otherwise, we end up with Iron Fist, and nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
And Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which we talked about last week. We got a trailer for that.
That's like the dark version of like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, correct?
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And hopefully Salem shows up. Salem the cat.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hulu and Amazon, they all get the same movies at the same time. So we're going to fly through this. But American Psycho, Brick, I can't believe you've never seen this.
Wow.
I know. I can't believe it either. I always meant to see it. And then, yeah.
This is one of those movies where book snobs are like, oh, the book is so much better.
I love that.
I don't give a fuck.
Let's see Paul Allen's card.
See, I can only see American Psycho. That's with Christian Bale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's my Batman.
Jared Leto.
He's my Batman.
Okay.
You would love him in this movie.
Yeah,
you would love Jared Leto.
Absolutely.
It's funny as hell seeing him this young.
It's definitely worth a watch. It'll be on Hulu. You can check it out.
Okay.
We're also getting both Ace Ventura movies. Big fan.
Oh, yeah.
Blair Witch Project. So this is kind of Halloween-y.
Of course.
I don't know if that movie holds up. I haven't seen it in like 20 years.
Either have I.
I don't think
Aren't
it does.
they just like lost in a forest and there's like
there's just like boogers coming on their nose.
Spoiler alert, last 5 seconds you actually see something in like a basement of a shack and it's just a person standing there.
Yeah.
Boom. Scary as fuck.
When it came out, it was kind of groundbreaking. It was like found footage. You know, that was a big deal. But
yeah, didn't they keep it going for like a whole year saying it was real and people were like, oh my God, it is real.
It is real, dude. I saw it in real life. I'm in the Blair Witch
I'm an
Project.
actual witch. So
You were the guy standing there,
Dude.
You're just like, I'm peeing.
Yeah, except for, yeah, get out of here. It's just the police. They're like, yeah, here's your ticket. This is public urination. And back to my mom thinks her friend's a witch too. Psycho.
Oh, Wiccan.
Yes, thank you.
I don't think she would like it if you called her a witch.
Yeah, whatever.
But that's
what's gonna
still
do.
hilarious. All right, Galaxy Quest
Yes, that's with frickin' Tim Allen, right?
and R.I.P. Severus Snape, Alan Rickman.
Oh,
Yeah, man, I get sad every time I think about him. It's
Galaxy
1-1.
Quest. That's a
I'm
great
looking
one.
at your list there.
Tim Allen's a fucking superstar movie actor and then goes into actual space because they think he's an actual hero. That's hilarious.
I'm very sick of his Last Man Standing promos.
Mhm.
I don't need to see that anymore, and I don't.
Do you hear that news that he was like, could almost not finish the Toy Story 4 ending? I'm
Obviously,
sold.
that's just
I'm
hype.
sold on Toy Story 4.
It's good hype.
Dude, Woody's dead. Woody's a goner. They're going to like put him in a wood chipper or something like that. How fitting.
If anything, they're just trying to get rid of Tim Allen.
That makes sense too.
Did you guys cry at the end of Toy Story 3
No,
when they were all about to get burned alive? No.
I think I'm
Do you have feelings, dude?
one of the only people that didn't really love that movie.
I don't think Toy Story 3 was that good either.
Yeah, it wasn't.
1 and 2 were way better.
Obviously.
I didn't say it was good. I just said, did that fucking make you tear up?
No, because it wasn't that good of a movie.
Oh my God.
I didn't care. Once Bitten. No, neither of you knew what this was.
Nope.
This is one of Jim Carrey's first movies ever, and it's a vampire movie, so it's perfect for October. Definitely check this out. It's so corny, but it's still Jim Carrey, and it's just him being ridiculous. Like, I think this was actually pre In Living Color.
Wow.
So very like mid-'80s, I believe.
That's some OG Carrie stuff.
And last but not least, let's talk about what's coming to HBO Game Night. So if you didn't get a chance to see this, Jesse Plemons, a.k.a. Meth Damon.
3 bags of Tostito scoops. Tostito scoops were buy one, get one 3. I highly doubt that.
Yeah.
This movie is the most
excellent.
classic thing.
Yeah, Jason Bateman. What's the girl's name?
I always forget her name.
I always forget her name.
She's in every
I'm
love
so
story
bad at
there
it.
has ever been on TV.
She's literally in The Notebook.
I keep
her
wanting
name
to say Rebecca, but I know
it's
that's not right.
That's Regina George.
She's in like
You're
That's
three,
probably
Regina
why.
she's in like 3 Channing Tatum romantic movies.
This is gonna
The
kill
Notebook.
me.
No, do not look it up.
McAdams.
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams.
Thank you.
It's close.
Well,
I had the R down.
And we want to be people's movie podcast. We don't even know who the fuck Rachel McAdams is.
I just
to think
can't
about
remember names.
Fuck you.
Okay.
It's not good.
All right. Movie trailers. We got a few this
Whoa,
week.
whoa, whoa, we didn't do Amazon Prime.
Amazon and Hulu have the same
Okay, well,
licensing deals.
this was going to be my recommendation for the week, but since you didn't bring it up in the new to streaming, Man in the High Castle is finally coming back. I think that's October 5th. It comes
Season
out.
3?
Season 3 finally
Nice.
finally releasing. It's been like 2 years since it came out. So
You know what I love? This is obviously an audio medium, and Mark just walks out and slams the door.
yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
Mark sucks.
He thought GameCube and Nintendo had no original titles when they literally have all of Mario.
Jesus, Mark.
He's a nitwit.
All right, let's talk trailers, though. We got a new look at Bumblebee, and the only reason I want to bring this up is because we get like retro Transformers for Optimus Prime and Soundwave. They look, they're not the Michael Bay thing where they're super technologically advanced and shit. They look like 1980s Transformers, and that's awesome to me.
So this is a prequel. This is the
It is.
okay. This is the origin story for Bumblebee, correct?
I think so.
Okay.
But also, I really don't care about this movie.
Sam, they have done too many for me to care. The first one was awesome.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I'm just like, all right, peace.
Absolutely. Sherlock Holmes dropped last night. We're looking at Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Back again.
Were you impressed by this trailer?
I wasn't impressed by the trailer, but I wasn't thrown out. I'm still gonna see this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I saw a couple of potential funny moments that I think they can really
They have
go
enough street
into.
cred.
They have
Yeah.
enough street cred to go back and forth. Absolutely. They have great chemistry, which is obviously known throughout their movies.
Yeah.
Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, obviously.
Two of the most quotable movies of the last
Exactly.
decade.
And I think
Absolutely.
what they have in this movie is it's a period piece, and they're going to do a lot of like humor based off of the period that it's in. And I think that's gives them a lot of leeway for some good comedy.
Okay.
We're talking about the Will Ferrell.
Yes.
movie.
And last but not least, we got a trailer for Dark Phoenix.
Which got delayed immediately after the trailer release.
Yeah. This movie's been in... No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of New Mutants. New Mutants has been in the can forever.
Fuck,
Done. And now they're reshooting a bunch of it, I guess. But
Didn't they have a trailer for that too?
Yes.
New Mutants?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
Come out with a trailer and then say, no, it's done.
They must have gotten a lot of negative feedback in the screenings, and they're just like, we got to do this again. But yeah, that sucks.
Damn, I never heard of a movie that's like been out and done, and they're like for so long though, and then they're gonna keep changing it. Hopefully it's good at the end.
It's not a great sign.
Hopefully it's good in the end.
Dark Phoenix, though. I guess we're gonna find out whether Sophie Turner's a good actor.
Okay. Well, yeah, she plays a really good damaged goods person. She's like from Game of Thrones. She was like
I don't think she's great in that.
in Game of Thrones.
Uh-huh.
And there's so much shit going on in Game of Thrones. It's not like
I thought she was good in Game of Thrones. She has to deal with a lot of shit and just
She's fine.
keep her composure. There's a lot of great acting in Game of Thrones.
Would you put her in
obviously.
the top 5 actors in that movie?
Not even
in
close.
in
Game of Thrones?
No,
Would you put her in
Absolutely
top
not.
10?
Probably not.
it's probably
There-
teetering.
there
It's
you
probably
go.
teetering in there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great actors in there, so you can't like. Oh,
I'm
hey,
not sold
can you?
on
Hey,
this trailer
do you
with
think
her.
Ed Reed was the best player of the 2000s? Do you think he was top 10?
Yeah.
So do I. Actually, that was a bad example.
No,
Next.
I'm not sold on this trailer with her.
I'm not at all.
It's fine. It looks like she will be able to play the role okay, but I don't know. It's yet to be seen.
The thing is, this is one of the most well-known X-Men storylines ever. And
Really?
there are thousands. This is going to be the second time they've tried to make it into a movie, because that's what The Last Stand was.
Oh, really?
That's what X3 was. It's Dark Phoenix.
Does she get together with Cyclops at this point already or no?
Yes.
Do you think so in this movie? They'll.
Yes, I think so.
Are they gonna have? Oh,
And it's also going to kind of
so
suck
they have a
because-
lovers' quarrel with Wolverine, and
Exactly. And
with
he's not going to
Wolverine.
be a part of this.
that's changes a lot of things.
Was that in the Dark Phoenix initial comics?
I would have to go back and
For the
reread
story.
it. I know that Wolverine and Scott Summers always hated each other, so sure. But
Scott Summers is being played by the guy who was in Ready Player One, correct?
correct. Yeah.
Him going toe to toe against fucking Hugh Jackson wouldn't
Hugh
compare.
Jackson,
Hugh
the
Jackson.
coach of
You
the
said
Cleveland Browns.
Fucking goddamn it!
You said Hugh
Yeah.
Jackson, dude.
Yeah,
He'd make a good Wolverine.
we're really good. We're really good with names here on this podcast.
Hugh Jackson set to play
hilarious.
Wolverine
I'm a
for
football guy.
another
What are you
year.
gonna do?
The best surprise we could possibly get would be if Hugh Jackman showed up in this movie,
Hugh Jackson.
but I know it's not going to happen.
I would be more surprised if Hugh Jackson showed up in the movie. Actually,
More likely than Hugh Jackman, probably.
you think?
Yeah.
Will
That's
Deadpool
hilarious.
show up in this movie?
I doubt it.
That would be great.
I doubt it. Did you see that they're going to do a PG-13 cut of Deadpool 2 in theaters? And they're going to do it like The Princess Bride, where the kid who's in bed sick, Deadpool's like reading him the book.
Oh, really? That's kind of funny, and I like it. It's a
That's-
money grab, though.
It's dedication to a bit, for sure.
100%.
I don't know that I'll go see it.
I don't know.
I'll see the cut release. I won't, but I don't know if
No,
I'll ever
you're
see
not
the
gonna
cut
see that.
release because I'll just
It's-
have to see the fucking R or rated X version where it's just
It's
like
a really
fucking-
funny idea.
Yeah, I like it. Well done. Kudos to Deadpool.
You know what I was upset
does
about?
it again.
So the Take On Me acoustic version of that song that I showed you guys, that was in Deadpool 2, and I guess they took it out of the extended Blu-ray edition, which is
That
kind of
sucks.
upsetting because that was one of my
Yeah.
favorite parts where they're like getting into the gunfight or whatever. And
Anything else on Dark Phoenix? No.
We covered it pretty good there.
All right.
news to us.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Play it again.
Why?
I just want to hear it again.
That's not the point of a drop, Mark.
News to us.
All right, news for the week. We got our first look at Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers, and it's just a dude in a sweater.
Dude, don't give me that. That's thrilling news.
It's fine, I guess.
The dude in a sweater.
Plot twist leads into Castaway.
That would be hilarious, actually.
What's in the fat Xbox in Castaway?
Oh.
What's in the box?
Gwyneth Paltrow's head?
That would be a plot twist.
That'd be
Same universe, baby.
Hmm.
Anything to say about this? Why are we getting Mr. Rogers movies all of a sudden?
I don't know.
He died, right? Or is he alive?
People
died a
really
while
like that
ago.
Mr. Rogers documentary. Let's come out with a movie within the next year about it. Yeah, good plan.
Do we
I
care?
hope they don't.
Eh.
I cared about the documentary and I heard it was phenomenal. I still have yet to see it. I do not care about Tom Hanks because I know what they're doing here. They're just reaching and trying to get more out of this whole Mr. Rogers sentimental shit, which is great.
Can't be worse than the Post was.
Yeah,
what if this is
probably
like an
would be.
inside look into Mr. Rogers, who was a psychopath off the set, but just like, oh wait, holy
That's way
shit,
better.
that's kidding. That's the
No, dude.
That's-
He was too wholesome.
no, I agree.
If
That's
something came
kidding is like kind of that's the show on Showtime
Oh, yeah.
that Jim Carrey's
Jim
playing.
Carrey.
But I guess he still kind of plays the same.
that's a top 3
Character.
fear for me. Anything like coming out about Mr. Rogers not being just wholesome and the greatest guy ever. That
Well,
would
that's the meme, right? Is the holy trinity of wholesomeness. It's like Steve Irwin, Mr. Rogers, and Bob Ross.
yeah.
Just like the
Wow.
most wholesome men ever.
Faith in
Wow.
humanity is
What's the center of that
absolutely
triangle?
dead if that ever happened.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
Actual Jesus.
actual Jengus.
Jenkins.
All right. We got a rumor about the other Joker movie, not the one that we've seen all the pictures for. This is the one with Jared Leto and Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie. This is a quote from, I believe, the writer. The whole thing starts with Harley Quinn kidnapping Dr. Phil, played by Dr. Phil, hopefully.
They don't know if they're gonna get Mr. Phil in there, Dr.
She
Phil.
said that, hopefully? I thought that was
This
you
is a
saying
direct
that.
quote.
Oh, okay.
And because her and the Joker are having problems with their relationship, I already hate this movie.
I'm already sold in this movie. Wow.
I'm a lot less excited for it. I fucking love the Joaquin Phoenix stuff more and more as it starts coming out.
It actually looks pretty good.
When I saw the initial teaser where it zooms in on him with that music playing and then it kind of cuts to his actual makeup and everything, it's not the Joker you're familiar with. But as they do more and more stuff, they had a extended release clip of him coming off a train and doing some havoc and
I saw that.
all that.
Dude,
Joaquin Phoenix is a hell of an actor.
He's great. But are they doing this? Are they showing too much already? Just like, oh, there's
No.
already some behind the scenes shit.
No, because I think you need to placate a lot of people and say, this is not going to be Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the
I agree.
ideal situation is that this movie is really good. And they're like, bye-bye, Jared Leto. We're going to replace you totally with Joaquin Phoenix.
And that's not going to happen either. So that's
Probably not.
I
They'll probably be
hope it
making both
doesn't.
these
they're
movies at the
making
same
both of
time.
them anyway. Yeah.
Imagine
yeah.
him being in like Suicide Squad 3 with all of the fucking Will
It'd be
Smith.
amazing.
I don't know. I don't think I would
Suicide
want them to
Squad
recast
3?
everyone.
Dude, you're just a fucking Jared Leto apologist.
No, I was not really a fan of anyone for that matter in Suicide Squad.
You didn't like Will Smith?
He was fine,
He was fine.
but he wasn't outstanding.
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie was
That's
spectacular
fine.
just because she's a
Yeah.
smoke show.
The writing
you got
was
me
just
there.
bad.
The
You got
writing
me
was
there,
terrible.
But
Who was Joel Kinnaman was very meh in that one too.
Yeah, he was.
It's just like the
Rick Flag, yeah.
Yeah.
It was literally just trash. It was just
Yeah.
whatever. A super meh movie. Good concept, bad execution.
Well, they're doing a second one, and supposedly
They're
they're
making a
talking
second
about
one?
doing a.
They already delayed it.
They're doing a Deadshot spinoff too, supposedly.
Yeah,
But we'll see. I just want them to keep this separate. If it's going to be a great thing, and if it turns out being a great thing, please keep this separate, or
That's not how you make money.
or get John Hamm in there and make it. I mean, he's older, an older looking Joker, which also doesn't make complete sense to me because this is his origin story. But at this, I guess it can because we don't know the Joker's age or anything. It wasn't
Joaquin Phoenix is actually younger than Jared Leto.
really
What?
what.
Didn't you send me
Mind-blown.
this?
No,
And he looks like he's 20 years older.
my mind is blown. I take that back. You can do whatever with this Joker because there wasn't necessarily a point in time where we had his age, so he
If
could be
you-
an older Joker.
If you make a Joker movie, people are going to see it. Joker's just an incredible, one of the best villains of all time, if not the best villain of all time.
What do you think about the makeup, though?
It looks good.
Yeah, that's
And
what I
there
was talking about, referring to. I like it more and more as I see it.
There are other shots of him in like different clown makeup too, which I think is kind of interesting. That's something that hasn't really been done.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple different
Yeah.
forms.
All right, Matthew Vaughn, who has produced and directed the first two Kingsman movies, is returning to direct Kingsman 3, slated to release in November of 2019. So I liked Kingsman 2 better than pretty much everybody else, more than everybody else did, but I understand that it's not very well liked. So are you excited for more of this, or?
It's one of those movies that we'll go see it in theaters, but I can wait till it comes out on DVD or whatever.
Do you like Taron Egerton?
I do. I just really like the first one. The second one was okay, in my opinion. And that's kind of leading me to be meh about the third one.
I think you were pretty much never going to live up to the hype of the first one because it really is an excellent movie.
Yeah.
And people expected that again. And it's really hard to live up to expectations like that.
With Samuel L. Jackson and all that. It was really well put together movie, in my opinion.
Definitely. All right, your boy James Wan is going to be producing an English remake of the very highly revered South Korean zombie movie Train to Busan.
That's on Netflix, I think, right now.
That's where I saw it. I don't know if it's still there. This was a little while ago. Have either of you seen Train to Busan? It's pretty good. It's basically, like in Asian countries, they have high-speed rail, and you're stuck on this, and you're kind of jumping in between train cars, and everybody's turning into zombies, and it's...
What the fuck?
Love
Train to
zombies.
Busan. If James Wan can... this is not a necessity, but nobody has original ideas anymore, and I guess if this will get more eyes on the original, then I'm cool with it, but the first one, the original, is amazing.
Is that a Japanese movie? Is that what it is?
South Korean.
Okay. Did you
There
say
are
that?
different countries in that area.
I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's in South Korea, made by South Korean filmmakers.
Do you ever sit down and just look at the foreign section in Netflix and watch a movie?
Usually I have to get a recommendation.
I'm very hesitant when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Old Boy, the one that they remade with Josh Brolin, was terrible, but the original's fucking insane. It's so crazy.
Cool. Should be good.
What else we got? Oh, bad news.
Bad.
Sorry to lay this bad news on you. The Hellboy remake, starring David Harbour as Hellboy, has been pushed back to April of 2019. So that's a 3-month delay. I was really wondering why we hadn't already gotten a trailer for this.
Anything for it, really?
This has kind of like been on the back burner. If I remember correctly, it was releasing at a really busy time, especially for other comic book movies. It was coming out really close to Aquaman.
Yeah.
So that would have been kind of tough. And Captain Marvel, I guess. But
wouldn't have been that tough against Aquaman.
But again,
dude, come on. Come on.
Wow, way to punch down, Brick.
God.
Oh, yeah.
But if this is going to come out in April, that's going to be on the heels of Avengers 4. So good luck.
Yeah, you dumb idiots.
All right, last bit of news. Simon Kinberg, the director, is insisting that Gambit, starring Channing Tatum, is still going to happen. And he's also telling IGN that it's going to be a rom-com. How do you feel?
Like a rated R rom-com?
I doubt it.
Who is Gambit's love interest, Mr. Comic Book Nerds?
It's got to be Rachel
Well,
McAdams.
it's Rogue.
It was Rogue?
Yeah.
You got to have Rachel McAdams in there. She was in about 2 Channing Tatum love movies, 4 Ryan Gosling love movies.
I wish they would just kill this movie. Put it out of its misery. This is never going to happen.
It's been coming out.
Don't make
for
it a
so long.
rom-com.
Look, that's what they're doing now, though. They're trying to make like horror comic book movies and other shit. Like that's what New Mutants was supposed to be. So especially, I guess, with Fox. I mean, Deadpool's comedy.
That's where they are the best, when they just mix comedy with superhero movies, comedy action movies.
You're just referring to Deadpool.
No,
Nothing more than that.
Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
I mean, all of the Marvel movies have an element of comedy. Spider-Man.
Comedy, Justice League was hilarious because it was so bad.
Yes.
It was not that good.
It wasn't
Aquaman's
awesome.
going to be a comedy.
Dude, Aquaman will be great. Oh my God. I hope it's great.
It's gonna
All right.
suck.
I think that wraps up our news for the week.
Well, I got one more piece of news that I heard
Go
on
for it.
Barstool Sports. Michael Rapaport is suing.
Dude,
I was like,
you
are you doing that on
podcast.
purpose?
You're in
Are
here
you
slamming
doing that on
doors and
purpose?
punching microphones. You are the worst.
Like, you guys just saw that, right? I was waiting. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Let's go.
You're the only person that has these problems.
So Michael Rapaport is suing Barstool Sports for, I guess, slander, and his thing is basically saying that he does not have herpes. I guess that was the slander about it.
Who came out with
just
that?
bringing out more news that is bringing more attention to his herpes, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to get
He
people
has-
to think that you don't have herpes, right? Is
Exactly.
to sue somebody for saying that you have
Who
herpes.
started the rumor, though?
That was just apparently Barstool Sports did once someone said it in that organization, and now he's like suing them because he said some bad things about Barstool Sports. They went back at him with this whole thing. But that reminded me of this time we had a high school assembly where it was like an anti-bullying assembly, and it was going okay for a while, and until the person running the assembly decided to give the mic away to like people in the crowd, to like people in
Terribly wrong.
to literally high school students.
Like,
And
that is a terrible idea.
terrible idea. So after a few brutal incidents of like, apparently one kid called out this kid who apparently he was bullying, being like, yeah, you're bullying me, and like reversed it.
What?
And then some guy's like, yeah,
This is high school?
this was high school. Anyway, there was this huge rumor going around that it wasn't even a rumor. It was just like a fake. It was 100% a fake news thing that we made up. This kid had crabs, like hammerhead crabs. And so like,
what is a hammerhead crab?
No, Hammer. The guy's name is Hammer. His last name was Chris Hammer.
Oh,
so
I thought you said hammerhead crabs, like a hammerhead shark.
Yeah, hilarious. That would be a terrible way to get crabs.
So now you're bringing up the rumor again.
Exactly.
You just said the guy's name and then
Chris Hammer has crabs. Yes.
Now we're gonna get sued.
You're
No.
great.
So literally, after that, his girlfriend at the time grabbed the mic in front of literally the entire school and goes, "Chris Hammer does not have crabs," and everyone's just like, bah, and the whole place erupted in laughter. Now, not only it was just our grade that called him that like said it was probably just a small group of people that said he had crabs. Now, literally the entire school just like makes fun of this kid for having crabs, and he's just like, "What the fuck?"
I'm so happy I didn't go to your high school.
We were mean people. We still are.
It sounds like you guys are all terrible.
Yeah, it's still hilarious though.
Yeah, fuck Jeff. Let's all go to Denny's without him. Yeah.
You would be the kid get left behind 100%.
Whatever, dude.
Is this why you're so messed up internally?
Oh yeah, I'm a psychopath.
I know.
Were you a
high
bully?
school.
Were you a big bully in high school?
You
would start.
I was
rumors.
only be a. I would start.
You're an
mad
instigator.
rumors.
You were the instigator for sure.
I made up a rumor that some girl wrote my friend's name in poop on the wall, and it got fucking real life attention.
You probably ruined that girl's high school career.
It got real life attention.
Yeah.
Yo, can we start like a crazy rumor that will spread about a celebrity or something?
I think what we really need to do is start a support group for people that have been bullied by Brick.
Yeah,
I don't bully people on like to be mean. I bully people because I think it's kind of funny. Like that's kind of funny.
I don't see how you're not understanding what's going on here.
No, I get it. I get
it's
it. I get
necessary
it. I get
evil, right?
Yeah, 100%. But
No.
I only make fun of you if I think there is actually a grain of funny involved. Like I didn't think that this girl actually wrote this guy's name and poop on the wall, but the fact that people believed it
spread that rumor
is
anyways.
fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Okay.
And my friends are so bad that the people like brought it up and they heard the rumor. They'd be like this. Yeah, no, I was there. I literally picked up the shit. I picked up the shit. I had to clean it up. It was like a big mess. Like, so they like corroborated with the shitty rumor. No pun intended.
You're a bad person.
I'm a nightmare of a human, but I'm the man.
14 reasons why.
Wow. Yeah.
That might be the funniest thing you've ever said on the show.
Yeah.
14 reasons why Brick is a bully.
Okay.
If you're going with the show, if you're going with the show,
though, poop stories for
it
us.
was 13 reasons why. I don't know. Was that a 14th reason, or was that just
Yes.
that he did not know the name
Wow.
of the show?
It's great when somebody tells a joke and then you have to go back and explain it. That always makes it funnier.
I was correcting it. You got poop stories? I got poop stories.
Best.
We the best!
American Vandal. Worst.
The worst!
We gotta do a review on that.
She's the worst person in the world. Huge skank, terrible. But thank you.
Even though Brick talked totally
We can
over
talk
it.
over the intro.
We're going to get into the best man alive. Brick, since you just never stop talking, why don't you just go ahead?
I'm the best man alive.
Best man alive. Me.
Pace.
I think I'm gonna give this one to Rob LeMaster for throwing out the first pitch of the Cubs game today. That's pretty dope.
That's funny because he's my worst man alive because he didn't invite us to see him throw out the first pitch.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Rob, worst man alive. Just kidding, you're the man. That's awesome. But also, I also want to give it to CC Sabathia because
That was amazing.
yes, he threw some sweet chin music. They were going back and forth. Who were they playing?
I don't remember. I only saw him yell. What did he say? Like, yeah, that's fucking right. Like he looked right at their dugout and was like, yeah, that's fucking right.
So he got into a hit off, and I guess you're going to bean people back and forth. And it was like in the 6th inning. And apparently, according to his contract, if he hit the 7th inning in that game, he would have made an extra $500,000. But
So he had to pitch 2 more innings to get past this threshold in his contract.
Exactly. And he decided to just throw some sweet chin music and just say fuck you to his contract and fuck you to the other team because you ain't messing with my teammates. Best teammate alive, CC
So he
Sabathia.
got thrown out of the game,
Exactly.
which is why he doesn't get that money now. So unless he comes in and pitches 2 innings of relief before the end of the season, he misses out on $500,000 because he was protecting his catcher, which is kind of a baller move. But
Hell
also,
yeah.
CC's made a shitload of money.
He's made enough money to not give a fuck about $500,000.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's a baller ass move.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
Oh, wait. I have one more. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
This one just came out. Kevin McDermott. You heard of him? You know him?
No.
Vikings long snapper got his finger cut off in a mask on the Thursday Night Football game, and then came back in and finished the game.
Completely cut off?
No, it's just it's the tip of his pinky got caught up in the face mask, but it still got chopped off in the game. That's bringing football back.
Gross.
Because that's a psycho move. But it's sweet that he came back, and because that's just crazy to do. You got your pinky chopped off.
I mean, he doesn't kick with his pinky, so
He long snaps
He's a
with
long
his
snapper, so
You need all of your hands.
Oh,
Maybe he does kick with his
I thought you
pinky.
said kicker. Okay, my bad.
So Kevin McDermott, Vikings, that's pretty badass.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
Washington Post story. This guy, Jaroslav Bobrowski, this German triathlete, goes into an all-you-can-eat sushi place and eats 100 plates of sushi. The funniest,
Disgusting.
the funniest part, though, he obviously is taking full advantage of this is like a buffet, all-you-can-eat, $18 whatever plate thing. So he's taking advantage of this, but just the manager being so pissed off about it was the greatest part. This is literally what the manager said. He said, I myself am dead after 13 plates, but he always took 5 or 7 plates at a time. So there was a gap at the sushi carousel, and the other guests asked if we had skimped them on the fish. I want to win customers and not offend any guests, but we only earn money on the drinks, and he only consumed 1 tea the whole evening.
1 tea?
He
100
He literally drank
plates?
1 tea. So, and then
Gotta save room for fish,
then
man.
the restaurant owner goes on to say that he ate as much as 5 dinners a normal person would, and he declined to buy any booze and blew out the restaurant's bottom line.
This man is a hero.
Yeah.
What was his jackness scale?
Get over it.
What was his jackness scale?
0.
He's pretty jacked. No, look at this guy.
Oh, he's like a bodybuilder guy?
Look at this guy.
He's
Yeah.
pretty yoked, actually.
You see him?
Yeah, I saw.
That sounds like something you would do, Mark.
No. It's
You would
like-
just go clean out the QQ buffet. Shout out Charleston, Illinois.
QQ.
Whoa.
Shout out to QQ.
How much do you weigh, Mark? Like 170?
He's about 130, soaking wet.
Do you actually want to know something right now? I have a bet with a bunch of people I work with. We are doing gain 10 pounds, lose 10 pounds. I've gained 7 pounds in the last 2.5 weeks.
That's not
I'm almost 200
that
pounds.
hard to do.
I do that
I know.
every week. I gain 7 pounds every week.
But yeah, it's I'm just eating a shit ton of Rice Krispies.
So how much do you weigh?
198 right now.
Badass.
Let's see. Yeah.
I'm pretty fat.
Dude, why would you try to start a fire in my house?
Because you're leaving, dude.
I still live here.
Yeah. Whatever, dude.
You telling that story reminded me of something, and I don't know why, but so I went to Pittsburgh this week for this management training, like to teach you how to manage people better.
Are you going to be a manager?
Yes,
Getting promoted?
I hope so.
Wow.
One of the people there was talking about somebody they hired in their office, and you were supposed to come up with difficult management situations or some shit like that. So this person hired somebody in their office, and he would eat his lunch, and then he would take a nap at his desk.
He's
Just-
George Costanza.
In the middle of everybody, just like would fall asleep. And that's, first of all, that's hero step number 1. But the way that he defended it, like he defended it to the very end, was like, no.
Do you have diabetes?
I'm so much more productive. People in Japan do this all the time, which apparently is true.
That is true. No,
I
they
did not
do.
know that people napped at work.
Yeah.
But yeah, hero.
Next question. Damn, that's legit.
But my actual worst person alive, we're all graduates of Eastern Illinois University. We are obviously fans of Jimmy Garoppolo, who is the
Yeah.
quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Unfortunately, he tore his ACL last weekend. But a girl who he had once spurned
Fuck.
in the past,
Spurned.
Spurned. That's
Wow,
nice.
that is ruthless.
she got on Instagram and posted something and said basically that it was karma. That's not cool. That is a very shitty thing to do. This is a man's career, and you're just a salty ass bitch.
Yeah, that is.
He didn't text me back
so
after
shit.
3 days.
Well,
Actually, I don't know.
the story
Point a
on
finger
this
at me.
is that, like,
You know the story on this?
well, yeah, it was pretty public. It was like TMZ or somebody was like, oh, look at Jimmy Garoppolo with his girlfriend. And Jimmy Garoppolo was like, that's not my girlfriend, even though they were canoodling. And
That's my girlfriend. Points over to fucking
porn
the porn star.
he pulls it up on Pornhub like, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
But yeah, anyways, yeah, that's ruthless, just cold-blooded. Not great.
Yeah, she's the worst person alive.
She is my worst person alive.
You know, I played against Jimmy in football.
No, he didn't. All right,
Yeah,
stop lying.
He went
Flag
to,
football?
he went to Rolling Meadows.
Was he good?
Yeah, he was a sophomore. I was a
Jeez.
senior.
Hey,
He
was
was a
this NFL player good at football?
Yeah, good
I
question.
don't know.
He was a
He could have
sophomore.
been mediocre.
I was a senior. They were the number 1 ranked team in state, and we beat them. And then we didn't make the playoffs.
So he
'cause we
wasn't
sucked.
that good, I guess.
He was a sophomore. He wasn't playing quarterback.
Let me ask you a management situation. Let's hypothetically say this happens.
Fire everyone.
You have an analyst on your team, and there's another team within the organization
This
where
sounds
there's
personal.
another analyst that spreads a rumor saying that your analyst has crabs.
Oh, I
How
thought you were
would-
going to say wrote their name on the wall in poop.
Well,
That's the other analyst.
That-
they're having
yeah. The two analysts are teaming up on this one junior analyst. How would you handle that situation?
Well, this person is definitely a sociopath
Mhm.
and needs to be
Ah.
fired and probably committed to a mental institution.
Mhm.
Okay.
So that's how I would handle that.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of Maniacs, what do you guys think of the new show?
Booyah.
Oh.
That's a perfect segue into our review for the week, which is for Netflix's new limited series, Maniac. So we're going to go non-spoilers first, and we are going to talk about the ending. So I'll put a timestamp in the show notes, and we'll let you know. And you should definitely check this show out. We'll get into that a little bit later, though. So this currently is at 81% on Rotten Tomatoes, 85% from fans. I'm kind of surprised by the fan rating because I thought a lot of people would have fallen off when this got
Boring.
real weird. But apparently people stuck with it. And full disclosure, I just watched the last episode.
We helped you through it
I
a
have
little bit. We skipped a
zero
couple
notes
parts.
on this, so we're kind of just going to wing this.
Whatever.
But obviously, this is starring Jonah Hill and Emma Stone and a few other. Justin Theroux is a big name, I guess.
Great. Leftovers. You have to watch that on HBO if you haven't, people.
I do. It's been on my list forever.
Okay, so I'll take this one. Jonah Hill is like a half diagnosed with schizophrenia. You can kind of tell in like the very beginning of that. In like an advanced neon 1990s.
This is obviously like an alternate reality, right? This is probably mid 90s, but also the technology is somehow more advanced.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's
To the
more
point where
advanced-
you wish you didn't live in this advanced world.
It's definitely its own time period.
like the ad guys going to the
The ad
guys.
buddy.
Ad buddy.
I thought that was hilarious.
I thought that was a great thing too.
It's kind of like, besides the huge neon signs all throughout the city, it's pretty much like the interior of buildings reminds me of Blade Runner, the original.
That's fair. I
Yeah.
see that.
Okay, so Jonah Hill is wrestling between what's right and what's wrong in the context of being like the black sheep of his family.
Yeah.
He goes on and he is simultaneously wrestling between reality and like what is real and what is fake
Yep, that's
because
accurate.
of his schizophrenia.
Yes. It's,
And Emma
it's a
Stone
schizo.
has some really deep, dark past occurrences with her family and her sister and her mother.
Are we not spoiling this?
We're going to spoil it later on.
Okay. Go on.
But yeah, so we're set in this scenario where they both meet because of a pharmaceutical trial. And it's a supposed miracle drug that comes in 3 phases that's supposed to make you confront all of your inner demons and crush them and supposedly be perfect. Obviously, some shit goes wrong along the way, yada, yada, yada. Here we are.
So back to what you said earlier is you were surprised at the fan rating.
Yeah.
Of 85. People like stuck with it. I think the reason people stuck with it, the story dragged on. Like episode 1 was good, episode 2 was okay, and then like 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 were like they kind of dragged on. But I think the inception, I'm gonna call it the inception of like changing realities, and they have different settings
This is the
per
only good part of
episode.
the show.
Was the part that kept people coming back because they're like, well, what the hell's gonna happen next? You know, back then that was the reason that people hung tough in it.
I would argue that the reasoning is people wanted resolution because I know that's why I kept watching it.
True.
There are a lot of questions that are not answered until the final episode and in the final minutes of the final episode. That's why I kept watching. Also, I really enjoyed it. So, I would have stuck with it anyways. But this is directed by Cary Fukunaga. And we talked about this before. He did season 1 of True Detective.
Ooh.
He's great. And he's actually signed on to be the next Bond director. Does that
Ooh.
sound right? Bond 20. Yeah,
I
he's
think so,
directing
yeah.
Bond 25.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably. I'll cut that if it's wrong.
They haven't-
Rumors are that Henry Cavill will be the new Bond. Did
He
you
won't
see
be.
that?
Nah, I hope not.
I saw something.
No.
I wouldn't
You just-
mind it, but I wouldn't want him to be the new Bond for some reason.
Idris Elba is the only answer.
Wouldn't mind.
I don't
Idris Elba.
disagree, but I just saw something.
Yeah.
Didn't he recently play a type of agent in a movie?
Mission Impossible.
I was just say Henry.
No,
Cavill.
there was another one.
I
The
don't
Man
want
from
Henry-
Uncle.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I was.
That was a couple years ago, but
Yeah.
he was good in that.
Okay.
He was solid in that. He's not James Bond.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, but James Bond carries his own charisma in a weird way.
And he's British. Mm-hmm. That's like the only qualifiers.
Just need to be British.
Just have to be British.
But he's already been in 2 different spy style movies at least. And so I don't know. Just don't.
I think he's too big and jacked to be James Bond.
Yeah.
You gotta be like a unassuming guy.
Yep.
Anyways, back to Maniac.
Do it.
What did you guys think about the acting in this? Because this is definitely outside of Jonah Hill's comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
100%. And like this movie is dark comedy, visually stunning, mystery. I think the drastic scene changes allowed for good characters to shine. As in, like, good acting was in this series just because of how different their characters were per episode. You know what I'm
they
saying?
had to show range.
Exactly. The range in this was good for a lot of the actors, not even just because of the scenes. Even who was the scientist who like lost his vision?
Justin Theroux.
He was great.
He's excellent.
He's awesome in this, and he didn't even change. He changed his range within the one setting, and like I guess the variance between that made the acting in this pretty good.
I think it made it easier to the viewers in the sense that the range that we're referring to all the different plots that happen as they go into this different reality.
It's
world.
not linear.
Yes. They always have a different type of character that they're playing. And at the same time, it's easier for the viewers because deep down, they're not 100% serious with what they're doing.
Yeah.
And there were some parts where, let me just reference, there was one episode where Jonah Hill was playing a ghetto ass dude. And I could have watched that episode. I could have watched a whole movie based on that one episode because I enjoyed his character so much. It was over the top and ridiculous because we've never seen Jonah Hill look like that and act like that.
It was just him as Post Malone.
Yeah. But at the same time, I enjoyed it and actually thought it was good acting on his end.
If there's a biopic of Post Malone, it's got to be played by Jonah Hill.
And then there was other realities where he played an over the top ridiculous character, but at the same time you realize he's playing so many different characters you can't fully take him all seriously, and you just know that you're just going to enjoy all the different type of character range he's going to be.
But at the same time, I feel within those character ranges, they still had the core values of like their original character. And I feel like
I really like the way that they tied in just details, not even storylines, just background details. Like person would show up in 2 spots in a similar situation, like the car that shows up more than once. It's just really well thought out. And I really appreciated that. But that's Cary Fukunaga. That's excellent directing. I think that Jonah Hill was hurt by the fact that Emma Stone is such a better actor than he is.
Actress, yeah.
Like he would have been. I'm trying to go non-gender specific here. Okay,
sure.
We're progressive.
Yeah, gender fluid podcast here.
You don't know how she identifies.
Let's go.
I just called her she while this.
Yeah, you fuck.
Damn it, dude! What did you do?
Anyways. I totally forgot what I was. She's such a better actor than Jonah Hill is, and maybe if he wasn't juxtaposed against her, then I would have thought he was fine. But he kind of floundered a little bit in this, in my opinion.
That was episodes 3 through 7 was the floundering, and then he got Ernie. Oh my God, Ernie!
That was so funny.
Here's one thing I will mention to that is,
can you tell me about something that you're going to mention before you mention it, please?
I think Emma Stone, yes, is a better actor, but at the same time, if not the same amount, if not more, I think Jonah Hill has some of the, not better performances, but just as many good performances. You could think of Wolf of Wall Street. You can think of Moneyball. You can think of what's the movie he did where the drug cartel stuff.
War Dogs.
War Dogs was great too.
I totally forgot about that movie.
He has a lot of memorable performances. He might not be the best actor, but at the same time, there's shit that he does. It's like there's a reason why he stays in Hollywood. It's because he's that good.
He's got his directorial debut coming up soon.
Yes, that skateboarding movie, right?
Yes,
with the kid. I guess, and I'm not saying that he's bad, but I don't buy him as the depressed schizophrenic. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No.
You want to see him on Quaaludes?
Yes, absolutely, with giant teeth.
Absolutely.
So what did you guys not like about this, other than episodes 3 through 7?
Literally that.
No, it felt like the story dragged on a little more. I think Mark talked about this. We were talking about this before we started recording, but the fact that it was like 36 to 45 minute episodes. Like,
yeah, they really varied.
It didn't seem like it was going to be like a short episode, but you got like a good bulk of something per episode. I feel like the timing of each episode was pretty good. It just didn't seem like it just dragged on a little bit story wise within those middle episodes.
That's fair. What did you hate about this show, Mark?
They just didn't. There was some.
Well, what I hated about this show was
they didn't.
Let me tell you about what I hated about this show.
They didn't tie loose ends that I think needed to be tied. There were some things where, was Jonah Hill really in love with his brother's wife? That kind of was botched and just fell off. So yeah, in the last episode, there is the moment that is going to basically is one of the reasons why I think a lot of viewers stay to the very end, is to learn about his brother. And there was another loose end they didn't really tie up.
That was messed up.
Yeah, that was a very messed up situation, but it was the whole, tell me the truth about your brother, but also let me drill you for being a schizophrenic and not knowing anything. But then when you tell the truth,
so you're talking about
you're not a schizophrenic. Yeah, it's things like that. It's there was some parts where I was.
What did you guys think about the character development with the brother and then the schizophrenic version of the brother?
I really enjoyed the dichotomy there.
Yeah,
just the polar opposites of who his brother actually is and how he sees his brother in his mind.
Exactly.
I thought that was excellent.
I agree with that 100%. Because at the time, when you're in the court case, you're actually kind of like, you're just coming off of an episode where you're like, damn, that guy like helped out Jonah Hill in his little time of need and his little mental crisis. And then all of a sudden you're like, I guess maybe he's not as bad as we think. And then all of a sudden, like the court case comes, you're like, eh.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives you that weird change of feelings. You're like, you're not sure.
So we talked about this with like John Wick 2, where you're in a universe where you want to know everything about this.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many things where you're like, where the hell did this come from? I want full explanations for this. So they're in this weird building and you see only the outcomes of something, like the way that people walk out of it. I don't know. I want to know what the hell is going on that floor in that building.
Definitely different levels to the building where there's experiments going on.
Emma Stone's father is in this weird machine. What is that machine? They don't even talk about it. They don't even reference it.
Mm-hmm.
I just have so many questions, and that's not necessarily bad. It just leaves it open for a spinoff or a second season or whatever else.
You guys might have the answer to this. I just didn't understand where was the significance of them always being in the same reality? What was the point of that? It
was the computer malfunctioning.
Okay, but why was it always them? Why was it Owen and Annie? Why were they always together? Did they have some relation
inside the computer, where the wires that get crossed are their numbers? You know, they refer to everybody in the trial as numbers, and they are the people that got crossed up.
Yeah, there's some things I just didn't follow. The ABC pill, all that stuff that was happening in the second, third, fourth, fifth episode.
It's just a weird, convoluted meet cute.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of Sally Field? How do you think?
She was excellent.
I thought she was actually spectacular.
Who was that? Oh, the older woman.
She's the mom of Justin Theroux.
Gertie.
And the robot, I guess. When are we going to get into spoilers?
After we rate it, which is right now.
Okay. I don't want to give this an 8. I want to give it like a 7.9 or 7.8. I'm going to give it...
No, we're doing half scales.
So basically it's an 8.
Just give it an 8.
Why don't you want to give it an 8? Just because it's slowed down?
That whole middle portion was like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like awesome.
Sounds like you didn't like it.
So. No, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't awesome. But like, but 8's like a pretty high score in my opinion. So I'm going to give it a 7.5. But also I wanted to bring up this point of when you were talking about the gangster version of Justin.
Post Malone.
Yeah, Post Malone version. I loved that actress who played the waitress. I don't know why. I just thought she was an awesome little addition to that whole thing. She talked
she shows up in several portions because she's his real life person that triggered his schizophrenia.
That's her?
Yeah, that's Olivia.
Oh, that's where that comes back full circle. Okay. Yeah. I thought the name sounded familiar. Wow. Okay. Nice. Yeah, no, I feel like if this is I guess, you know what? This is an episode, this is a show you can go back and watch it again for the second time and catch a lot of things, giving it an 8.
I was just going to say that this is a show that you want to go back and watch, but you won't go back and watch.
Yeah, I probably
because there
will
are
never.
so many things that you missed and you missed, but at the same time, it's not that good to where you're going to go back and watch the whole thing.
That's true, but also Dr. Fujita was super hot.
Dr. Vegeta.
Dr. Fujita was super hot only because she just chain smoked the fuck out of those cigarettes. I don't know why.
She gunned those cigs.
She was constantly ripping stans. It was incredible. She's also super hot.
Mark, rated out of 10.
I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay. I thought you liked it a little more than that, but okay.
I was leaning towards 7. I was thinking about 6.9. But no, 6.5.
I'm going to give this a 7.123.
Okay.
It was good.
I'm going to give it pie.
I watched this with drunk Erica. She stuck with it because...
So are you at a 7?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
She's got a shorter attention span. And we're watching a show like this. If she misses what's going on, immediately she'll just be like, yeah, I hate this. So I'm going to pull out my phone and go through Instagram. So I had to kind of nudge her in the direction. Because she's like, I can... Obviously, I've known her for a long time, but I can see it in her eyes when she's like, I don't know who this character is. So I have to kind of nudge her in the right direction. Be like, oh, that's the guy. That's his brother. But also it's his crazy schizophrenic rendering of the person's telling him what to do.
Yeah.
So if I don't point that out, what I'm trying to say, very long-windedly, is you have to pay attention.
Yep.
So that said, it's a 7 out of 10 for me.
And it's a little overwhelming the first 1 and 2 episodes because
it is.
You get that he's a schizo. You get that he starts seeing things, and there are some points that there are some parts that don't completely make sense and lost me a little bit. And I knew they were important to the whole story. And at that time, I was kind of lost and didn't want to go back and rewatch certain parts. And that's when I caught myself on my phone through episodes 2 and through 4.
This is not something you can scroll through Twitter while you watch.
Absolutely not. I agree. Is there anything really even to spoil?
Maybe we won't spoil it.
I don't think we need to. I think we could just hype it up, and if you want to see,
we already talked. The only question I was going to ask in spoilers is which of your character representations was your favorite. But obviously, we're all Gangster Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
I'm Ernie Jonah Hill. Ernie was.
Well, he was. That wasn't.
It wasn't his name.
Ernie
was the alien. Yeah, but
what was his name? Nori.
Yeah, something like that.
Nori. He was this weird Icelandic,
and his voice was like this, and then he kind of explained why his voice was like this because he's like 8 different nationalities. But it was incredible. It was
pretty good.
Speaking of Jonah Hill's acting,
with gun.
You know he couldn't get that accent down, so he's like, all right, we need a backstory for him where he's Icelandic and Norwegian and all these things, so he doesn't actually have a normal accent.
No, that's why it was like the dark comedy aspect of it, because he was like, that's Jonah Hill being fucking Jonah Hill, and that like brings it all together, in my opinion.
Okay, so that's Maniac. I think this is definitely worth a watch. You got to pay attention though.
100%.
That's all I'll say about it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into the recommendations for the week. Mark, what do you have for me? You got nothing, don't you?
I had some. Actually, I've done nothing this whole week.
Great.
I'm not just going to give a fucking half-ass recommendation. I'll think of something.
That's literally what you do.
Bypass me. I'll try to think of something.
All right, Brick, you got something?
Mine originally was the Man in the High Castle recommendation coming out October 5th. I'm a big period piece kind of guy. If you don't know what Man in the High Castle is, it's about the Nazis actually win World War II and they take over America and they split it half with Japan.
It's when they win.
They win.
It's historical fiction. Yeah.
Exactly. And so third season's finally coming out. It's been like probably 2 years, like I said before. Another thing that just came out that kind of caught my attention, I just saw it on like a freaking ad, Project Blue Book. You heard of it?
No. Enlighten me.
Aidan Gillen. He's Peter Baelish from Game of Thrones. Sure. It's about aliens from like 1950s to 1970s and going into like conspiracies. So it's like a big cover-up agency kind of mystery that's coming out on the History Channel.
Cool. All right.
Project Blue Book.
I have 0 recommendations because I've had no time to do anything lately. But I can say that I watched The Good Place. I recommended that last week, and I absolutely recommend it. If I were to recommend something, it's never buy a house because it is fucking terrible. Everything about it sucks.
I have another recommendation too.
Go ahead.
Erica's freaking chili. It smells fantastic out there.
She put a shit ton of garlic in there, and it's fire.
Hang on a second, because this has
been Ryan's recipes.
This is my recipe.
Whoa!
When do we do that?
The same episode.
Oh my
I just played the Ryan's Recipes drop.
Ryan's recipes.
Yeah, so this is my recipe. It does smell delicious, and I'm starving.
I haven't eaten since 8 o'clock yesterday.
I have a
8
recommendation.
p.m. yesterday.
Go ahead.
Not this upcoming weekend, not the following weekend. In 2 weekends, Ace Comic-Con. You didn't really give too much detail, so we'll be there, obviously, walking the floor, doing some press stuff, shooting video, interviews, etc. But it's actually kind of cool. Ace Comic-Con, this is the first time they've actually done this in Chicago. This is the first year, so definitely go check it out.
They were dumb enough to give us press badges.
And it's at Navy Pier. It's not out in Lisle, Illinois, or some random shit like that.
Rosemont.
This is going to be big. It's going to be awesome. Chris Evans, like you mentioned, will be there. I guess not Josh Brolin anymore. There's going to be some people you're going to recognize from
Our friend
TV,
Chuck.
wherever. Yeah.
Friend Chuck will be there.
I saw that.
Come find us. If that interests you at all, it should be a good time.
I have one more recommendation.
Jesus, go ahead.
Let's end the podcast.
Okay, perfect. You can call or text us at 847-920-6107. Find us on all social media at the Chumpcast. I guess until next time.
Chumps, how